Hello! Good morning. Well, it's not morning here, so maybe it's morning where you are. Feels like morning to me. I have a new video setup, so I put a mirror behind the camera so I can see if it's still filming, so I don't have to get up in the meantime. So that's great. It's a really funny way of putting the mirror. I like hung it up kind of sideways, and well, at least I can see now what my phone is doing, so I know if I'm filming or not, so that's great. Anyway, hello, welcome to my channel, welcome back to another knitting podcast. My name is Andrea and I do mostly knitting podcasts on this channel, but I also released a fall patterns video for inspiration for free patterns for fall, and I'm working on a video about how I knit my socks without a pattern. So it's kind of this is the steps that I follow to make toe-up socks. So that's kind of what I do. I just started this channel, so yeah, I'm recently new around here, so if you think, oh, why is she so awkward, then you know why. Yeah, anyway, I'm drinking a little coffee out of my mug. This is like a imitation of Delft blue. I'm from the Netherlands, and this is like the typical like Amsterdam houses. I like it. It's showing a little bit of my home country around here, I guess. So grab a coffee, grab your knitting, grab a tea, grab a lemonade, whatever you want, and join me in following what I've been doing lately, knitting related. So I wanted to start with what I'm wearing, because I'm wearing a finished object. As you can see here, I'm wearing my Camisole number 8, and I'm wearing this over the top of it because I'm a little sad about the fit, unfortunately. It's the armholes are very big, so you can completely see my bra here, and on the other side too. Yeah, and the armhole, they're even like kind of like this, gaping. So I'm thinking maybe I can do something with blocking or not, I don't know. I've made it in the Knitting for Olive pure silk. If you have any what's the word? Experience. If you have any experience with Knitting for Olive pure silk and blocking and making it smaller again, please let me know, because I feel like it blocked out a lot and it's very see-through. So probably you can see, here I'll show you a little bit better. This is what it looks like. So you can see now, especially with the light coming in, that you can just see my bra through the shirt. Oh well, that's hip nowadays, isn't it? But I do think I'm gonna wear it a lot for work, because I work remotely a lot, I work from home a lot, so I think it's perfect. A perfect top to wear for work, so it would be fine. And as an undergarment, that would be great too. So I also wanted to kind of talk about my experience knitting it. It was a lot of work to do the body, because that was just a lot of cables to knit, and I kind of thought the neckband and the armholes were also a lot of work, just because that's in 2.5 millimeters needles, I mean, and the neckband is folded double. I did pick up less stitches for the neckband, and now I'm even thinking I could have done even less, but maybe this is just how it's supposed to go. For the armholes, I did pick up the recommended amount of stitches, and I would definitely recommend to pick up less stitches. And that reminds me of something else, because this is a pattern. Wow, I didn't even say which pattern it is. So it's Camisole number 8 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And she designed a lot of camisoles. Well, I think there are 8 now. And I've knitted 2 other ones of hers. And one of them I never wear because the armholes are very big too. So I'm gonna talk about that one a little later because I want to do some alterations. But I could have known that beforehand because of that. But I do wanna, whoever wants to knit the camisole number 8, if you see this, I really recommend to make the armholes smaller, because yeah, I don't really like showing my bra on the side, but maybe it's the look. I don't know. Yeah. So that's what I'm wearing. I also have another FO, which I'm super happy about. And that is my my Milky Way V-neck. And this is my own design. And it's exactly what I wanted it to be. So my intention was, I'm gonna put it on. My intention was to have a like throw on summer sweater that you can wear over the top of, okay wait, I'm getting confused. It's my own, this is not good marketing. Okay, one arm was inside out. Maybe you already saw that. I have been wearing it a lot. And my, what my intention was is I wanted to have a like breathable sweater that you can throw on over things. Just like this. With a V-neck. And which has holes in it for the breathability. So it has long sleeves, and it has holes everywhere, and it's just perfect. I think like it is what I wanted to make, what I wanted to have, and I'm super happy with it. Yeah, I started this somewhere in the summer to have a summer sweater. And yeah, I finished it 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something. And yeah, it is exactly what I wanted it to be. What I noticed in my wardrobe is I do have sweaters. I do have like sweatshirts, but I don't really have something to throw on. Like say you have a class at the gym. I go to the gym a lot, and then I want to have something to cover me up, but not necessarily something to warm me up. Like it's not necessarily cold outside, but I do want something like to put on over. So that was the intention, and the holes make it nice and breathable. I made this using Lana Grossa Cotone in mercerized, it's a mercerized cotton, and I think, oh, it had a different name too. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I can't find it. Never mind. Lana Grossa Cotone, which is a mercerized cotton, and it has this like, these colors wrapped around the main color. So it's a navy blue, and it has yellow, green, and light blue wrapped around it. And it was really nice to knit with. It's a sport weight yarn. And I'm writing up a pattern, but I'm also getting a little bit of imposter syndrome. You know, like why, like who cares? I mean, I felt like I made this because I couldn't find something like it. Like I was looking for a sweater with a V-neck with holes in it, which was just like this one, like sleeves like this, and you know, I really made it like this. But then now I look around and I see a lot of people making things with holes in it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe never mind. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for feedback. Like, is this something that the knitting world is waiting for? Is this something that you want to knit, or that you think would be a nice pattern? Because I have my finished object and I would like to share it with other people so they can make it, but I don't want to just shove a pattern into people's faces, you know. Yeah, okay, maybe it's just because it's like the first pattern ever that I'm like getting a little nervous and I'm trying to find reasons to not do it. So some encouragement is very welcome, but I should be able to do this by myself too. So a pattern is maybe coming, you'll see, maybe not, but I have my sweater and I'm really happy with it. And it has the name, the Milky Way V-neck. Oh. I'm really, yeah, I'm gonna keep wearing this. I wanted to not wear two FOs straight away at the start when I started this video, but I do love to wear both of these, so ta-da! Especially now the camisole doesn't look that see-through. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking of something that I forgot to mention about the camisole. Okay, I'm going back to the camisole. Sorry for the mess. I'm like okay, first a little life thing. I'm a little tired. I spent the whole day yesterday with people, around people. I think a lot of knitters understand what I mean when you do need a little bit of time for yourself, to need to charge up. But now I'm like, whew, like I'm not really focused. I'm not, yeah. I need that time by myself, but I did want to film a podcast this morning because I want to keep it going like every 2.5 weeks or something. So that's why I'm doing this, but that's why I'm a little bit all over the place. So please bear with me, and I hope it's fun to knit along too anyway. Yeah. So the camisole, what I wanted to mention is that I knitted it in pure silk, and I have heard before that the pure silk is a little bit pure silk is a very thin yarn, so especially in the pearl areas of the, so between the, if you have a cabled camisole or sweater or whatever, you always have the cable is in knit stitches, and then next to the cable you have a little bit of pearl stitches to like pop the cable out. So the pearl stitches, they're really, really see-through. So they're really holy, and that's why you can, the whole camisole is so see-through. So I think it would be better to use one of the other yarns of Knitting for Olive, maybe the Cotton Merino, but I know from that one that it gets very wide, that it stretches out a lot with wearing it. So I think, yeah, the merino is maybe the best option, and maybe that's why she uses it so much as a recommended yarn. My favorite thing is knitwear, because wool just like stretches back again, and it's relatively light, so it's thicker. Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention about the pure silk. Also, it is very drapey. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be very hard almost, but it is super drapey. So if I like hold it up and I do like this, you can really see it going like, yeah, super drapey. I wasn't expecting that. kind of like bamboo almost. So yeah, I want to mention that about the camisole still. So 2 FOs, my camisole and my sweater, my Milky Way V-neck, and I'm so happy with this one. Yeah, so really happy. Then yeah, I wanted to go on to, because I was talking about the camisole with the bigger armholes, I decided to grab camisole number 3 that I made from My Favorite Things Knitwear. So this is a FO from the time between my first knitting podcast, which I released in January, and my second one that I released in August. In the meantime, I knitted a lot, so I also made this brioche, sorry for the wrinkles, this brioche camisole, and I thought it would be perfect to knit it in cotton, to wear as a vest to work, but then for in the summer. So with a t-shirt underneath, but the armholes are huge and I don't wear it because of it. So what I'm gonna do, and what I'm gonna promise now to my lovely people who are watching, is I'm gonna take off the I-cord edge around the armhole and I'm gonna reknit it. And the funny thing is, oh there it is. The funny thing is, this is all I had left from this yarn. So I really did a good job at playing yarn chicken, which I love to do, by the way. The cami number 8 is also, I only had like this string left at the end, which just feels really good to get rid, to not have any leftovers. Yeah, it's a fun game, yarn chicken. Unless you lose, but I haven't had that too badly yet. Would be horrible to be doing an Italian bind off and then to run out of yarn. Like, I wouldn't even know what to do. So I might be playing a tricky game here. Anyway, I'm gonna reknit the armholes of this one because you can see it's so big. Like, if you would put it on me, like, it would go down like underneath my bra. Like, yeah, that's how low it would go. So yeah, then you don't really wear it. And also, I mean, it just gets so huge. And I would like some feedback on this because I don't really know if I'm doing something wrong or that's just the way the things fit. Because I usually knit this one, the cami number 3, is a size medium. Cami number 8 is a size medium. But for example, this one, okay, but my chest circumference is 110 centimeters, which would make me have a recommended size of extra large or double XL. But I noticed that every time I knit, that it gets, I don't know, it just, the medium fits fine. Like, it just stretches out around my boobs a little bit, and then for the rest it just looks normal. So I'm actually a little confused about, and I talked about this before, but I don't really know how accurate the way of sizing garments for knitting patterns are. Because even this, like, this is then a medium, so it would be too small for me. But it just gets so big. Maybe I just like fitted stuff more. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah, I'll think about this a little more. I don't know what I'm like thinking exactly and what my what I want to say with it, but yeah, I just noticed that often I'm like, oh, I should make the bigger size because it what if it doesn't fit, but it actually always fits, and I always actually think, oh, it's kind of big. But I'm pretty, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about sizes, body sizes. I think that's it's triggering for myself too, so I don't think it's good to talk about. But yeah, I just don't know how to find a good size, and I think maybe we should think about other ways of sizing garments rather than chest circumference. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so cami number 3. So it's not a whip, it is an FO, but I'm gonna make it a whip again. Next up, I almost forgot this one, but it's been in my background the whole time. Next up is this one. So I had a little bit of a break from this one. Oops. This is sweater number 15. Beautiful cable sweater. It's like blowing out a lot with the, maybe if I put it like this, you can see. I put it on hold because it's I'm using a mohair and a merino together. I've talked about this one before in my previous podcast, so I won't go into much detail because I also didn't make any progress. But I finished my cami 8 now, so I can continue on my sweater number 15 because it's basically the same. Like the body feels exactly the same as this camisole. So I'm going to continue knitting on that one as well. Alright, moving on. Then I wanted to talk about something knitting related, but I didn't knit it. So I have made my own needle case. My own needle case. So I'll open it and show you. So, ta-da! I'm so proud of myself for making this. I had 2 weeks off from work, and then one morning I was watching knitting podcasts and knitting as we do. And then I thought, okay, today is the day I'm gonna make a needle case. So I just grabbed these old this old fabric that I had that I got from my grandma. And I just started like drawing out how big I wanted it to be, and I just started knitting. So what I did is on this side I made a little zipper, and in here go all the like small accessories for the interchangeable needle sets, and then here I have some room for storage, which I actually haven't filled that much. I do have these like cords in there, the wire, and then on this side the interchangeable needles. So I have the Knit Pro Symphony, so it's the wooden ones. I really like them, by the way. And then here are the cables, and on the outside in here I have another zipper, and here are all my short circular needles. So they're just the ones that are fixed, and also smaller needle sizes, because the needle set that I have goes from 8mm to 3mm, or from 3 to 8 if you do it the normal way, but I said it the wrong way. And I kind of thought of having it like this, so like a little like case like this. But then a friend of mine stayed over yesterday, and she was like, oh, how did it close again? And then she started like folding it like this. And I thought, oh man, that's genius, because then you can fold this over, and then it's super compact. So, ta-da! I'm really proud of myself. And it's really fun. I showed it on my Instagram and I got a bunch of really nice reactions. Some people asking if I sell them or if I would make a pattern, that they would definitely buy it, and then I felt really flattered. I don't think I would make needle cases to sell, and I also don't know how to make sewing patterns. So for sewing, I usually just do something, honestly. I know how to sew, I know how to follow patterns, like I know how to cut them out and like put them together, but I usually just really like drawing out, like, how do you say that? Like if you put like a shirt down and you just draw the lines out and then you cut it out and just put it together. I do that a lot with pants, like the flowy pants with like a elastic waist. And I also, in the same sewing spree, I made this one, this little pouch, like a little boxy, yeah, storage bag. I don't know what to do with it because it's so tiny, but yeah, it has lining on the inside, so yeah, it's fun. I usually make clothes, sew clothes, so it was fun to make some accessories instead, so that's nice. Alright, that's it for the sewing. I won't do too much showing on here. I feel like it's not what people want to see, but if you do, let me know. I sew a lot, so well, not as much as I knit. I knit a lot more, but I do sew too, and I do have stuff to show if people are interested, so let me know if you are. Back to the knitting. I think we're in the whips section, so the cami number 3 will be a whip now again, so we're back in the whip section. And I wanted to start with, it's a little awkward to show because I have it on 2 needles. I have my, oh man, I kind of wanted to like make it a little spectacular, but I might just. So I'm like doing the yoke and the neckline at the same time. So I might not actually be able to show it that well right now, but I'll do my best. This is my Alpenglow sweater, and I love it. I think it's so cool. I mean, you can like, it's a matter of taste if you like the colors, you know, but yeah, I just really like it. I also like the colors that I picked. Look how cool it is. I mean, right? Just gonna show it so much right now. Yeah, and here you can see my insides, which I think are also looking pretty good. Yeah, so this is the Alpenglow sweater by Andrea Mowry. And I'm having so much fun. It is so fun to knit. You start, so yeah, it's a little weird to show you, so sorry for all the awkwardness here. So you start at the top, and then you knit down, you do the yoke, and then later on you come in to do the neckline. So that's why I have a knitting needle here and a knitting needle here, because she says in the pattern to try it on at a certain point to see if the yoke is like far enough so you can split for the sleeves. So I did want to make the ribbing for the neck, the neck hole. I wanted to make that so I can see it better, and I also kind of wanted to make it to show on here, but I didn't finish it for filming, so yeah, now it looks awkward, and I thought it would look like prettier. So yeah, whatever. Now you see it like this. I think you can see it pretty well. I am using, so I have my yarn over here. I am using Drops Baby Merino. So it calls for a sports weight, and this is sport weight yarn. It's Baby Merino in this like electric blue and the black. So this is my top color, this is my body color. I also talked about all these colors in my previous podcast, so I won't go into too much detail. And then for the fluffy yarn, which is the light blue, I used Drops brushed alpaca silk, held double. I'll talk about that a little later. And then for the color work, like the colors, I used this sock yarn, which is quite a thick, like it is supposed to be fingering, but I think it's a little thicker. It's like the same as the Drops Baby Merino. And this is a fade, so it fades from like this green all the way to pinky red with also speckles of green in it. So it like, I wanted to fade the sweater with the color work, but I'm not using that much. So maybe it just stays with a lot of green, which is nice too. So I'll just see what it looks like. Sip of coffee. Yeah, so the Drops brushed alpaca silk, I'm holding it together, but I think it might have been better to hold it single. So it is very poofy. So as you can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see it, but after the like fluffy part, you go to the Drops Baby Merino, and then it like goes in again, which is not supposed to be in pattern. So she, in the pattern, she says to use 2 strands of mohair. I thought it would be nice to use my Drops brushed alpaca silk that I had in stash, and I wanted to hold it double because I didn't want it to be too thin. But I think it will block out. I think it will even out when I block it, so at least I hope so. And otherwise it will be a little more poofy and it will look even more like snowy or something. So that's my Elven Glow sweater by Andrea Mowry whip. Then I wanted to talk about some other whips that have been UFOs, unfinished objects. They have been hibernating for a long time. I'm just throwing in all the knitting related terms. I was thinking because we are going to, me and my boyfriend, we are going to move to South Africa for 2 months in the winter time here. So it'll be summer over there. And I was thinking of, well, I need to finish my old whips. I just want to get things out of the way and not have to worry about storing those whips. I just want to finish them before we go. So I got out some old whips, and there are a few more, but I might rip those out. But these I do really want to finish. And I want to start with this one over here. Ta-da! So it's a turtleneck. I'll fold it over so you can see. Ta-da! So this is the Olive turtleneck by Knitting for Olive. So it's by Pernille Larsen, and I think she is the designer for Knitting for Olive. And I started this a long time ago, so I think I started it in February. Yeah, which maybe isn't even that long ago. But what I noticed is, because I'm using, let's start what I'm using for yarn. Oh man, everything is falling apart. Like, I am using Drops Puna. in this cream color, so it's just natural, I think. Drops Puna, which is 100% alpaca, and it's so soft. It feels just squishy and like buttery soft. There's a but. I'll come to that next. And I'm using a mohair. This Essentials, Rico Essentials, Rico's Designs Essentials Super Kit Mohair Love Silk print. I think it's the colorway Sphere or something. It has this super beautiful fade, and I showed a similar one like this. I have another colorway of this one. I showed it in my previous podcast, so yeah, you can look at that one to see what the other one looks like, which is also really cool. But this is like the pastel one. So I'm holding these two together, and I thought, oh, that would be the softest thing ever, because this is like the softest yarn ever. But alpaca is pretty prickly. Like, it's, I don't know how to describe it, but it's not like a wool, like a sturdy wool sweater where you're just like, oh, that's itchy. But it's like kind of like almost, yeah, maybe I'm like slightly allergic to it, could be. But it feels like not super nice against my skin. And what is a turtleneck. So yeah, talking about not having it against my skin. Well, yeah. So that's what like put me off a little bit of finishing it. But what I could do is just cut it, like put my needle in and just cut it and make it a fold over neckline, so I can wear something underneath, so it won't touch my skin directly, or maybe I just get used to it. So I was thinking I'm gonna finish it just the way it is, block it, wash it, block it, wear it, see how it feels. If it's really uncomfortable, I'm gonna cut in then and change the neck. So here you go, the olive turtleneck, and look at this beautiful fade. I really love it. Oh yeah, and the other thing was also kind of stopped me from finishing or going on is that after splitting the sleeves, so this was one skein exactly of the mohair, so one complete fade, and then I started the sleeve because I always like to finish my sleeves before finishing my body, so I can just knit the body for however long I want, and I just have the yarn left over for the body. Like make it cropped or make it longer, whatever. Just not think about it too much. But look, it has this like line. Can you see it? I think it's really clear. Like here it's more like a fade, I think, and here it's more like whoop, line, and then you go into the next color. But maybe it's not even that noticeable. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks pretty normal, looks pretty similar to here. So yeah, maybe that's just in my head. So there, I showed it. Now I have to knit on it. Ta-da! So that's really, yeah, that's good to do that. And then I have another one of those projects. I'll show that one in a bit, but first I also have been making these socks in the meantime, and I don't want to go into detail too much about this because I'm gonna share another video especially about these socks, like I mentioned, just like to show how I make socks. How do I make socks without a pattern? So that's what this sock's gonna be. But if you want to know more about that, look at that video. So if you want to see what that video looks like, it will be released after this one, so you can subscribe to my channel if you want, so you can, and like turn on notifications, I think, and then you can see when I upload a new video, so then you'll see when it comes out if you're interested in how I knit my socks. So then Oh, I feel like I have so much today, so I hope this is not going to be too long. Then finally, I think the boyfriend sweater curse thing is real. I believe in it because I have been trying to make a sweater for my boyfriend for such a long time. And oh wow, this is so wrinkly. And I've started I started an acrylic one, then I didn't finish that one because he didn't like it. Oh yeah, because he didn't like it. Then I started another acrylic one that he really liked, but then I got into knitting more and I noticed that I did a bunch of things wrong. I still have that one over here somewhere and it's really cool, but I'm just using like different yarn weights together and like maybe I'll finish it. It's kind of fun too. And then I started this one. So it's so massive. He's huge. Just so you know, he's 6. Oh, what did he say? He's 2 meters long, tall, which is like 6'4". I don't know. Maybe I'm saying something wrong. I don't know. 2 meters, and yeah, pretty wide too. So I'm making this bottom up because I just wanted to make it boxy for him. So I just wanted to start at the bottom, knit up, and then yeah, knit together at the, or yeah, split for the front and the back. Make sure there's a neckline, knit it together here, and then pick up for the sleeves and then knit the sleeves. So I made this design, I put it on, I made it like in this Excel sheet where I play it with the colors to look what it, to figure out what it looks like. And I've also kind of just done something like, if I thought, oh no, it's nicer if I make it like this, then I made it different. But I think it looks pretty cool. But at some point I stopped. I wasn't really great at color work yet and it just took a lot of time. But now that I'm doing the Alpenglow, it's getting so much easier. It's just practice. After a while you suddenly, it's getting easier. It's not like, yeah, it was a lot more difficult when I started this one, I think. Yeah, so let's finish that one too. So I finally have my boyfriend his sweater, because I just can't finish a sweater for him. I just don't do it. It's pretty, no, it's not bad. I mean, I'm making him a sweater, so, which is super nice. Yeah, but I do want to finish it. Oh, and I'm using, let's see. Oh, I don't really, okay, I don't have yarn on hand, but I'm using, this is Drops Alaska, which is 100% wool. So it's like pretty thick and like sturdy. I'm using 5.5mm needles. So it's a nice and thick and heavy sweater, which is super nice, I think, for him. Yeah. Wow. I think that was it. I think I talked about everything now. Okay, I'm glad my phone didn't die on me again. I hope you didn't notice it, but I have been switching back and forth a lot. Getting more room on my phone, switching to my computer, blah 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 blah. I hope you didn't notice it. All behind the scenes stuff, trying to be professional. Yeah. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do enjoy, if you watched until now, make sure to subscribe because clearly you like my videos. And I really appreciate the people that have been commenting. Still, it feels really great when you get someone who leaves a really sweet comment or likes your video or subscribes. It just gives this really nice feeling. So thank you. so much to everyone who have been supporting me, and yeah, also thank you for the new viewers, of course. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.